I was just like, girl, put the phone
People don't care.
down.
People
Like,
really don't care.
move
They don't
out
care about
the
you listening to their
way.
business. They don't care about you listening to their business. They don't care about nothing no more. They don't care about anything anymore.
It's
Anything.
just,
Like anything.
I
That's the
don't
way
know.
it
And
is.
at the restaurants, I told her my little trick. I told her, when I meet with a group of friends, I make everybody put their phone in the middle of the table and phones are face down. Whoever touches their phone first, you are paying for everyone's bill.
Oh yes. No phone will be worth no $200. So yes.
Yeah, and depending how hungry or thirsty I am, you know, bougie Betty
Drinks on
going
you.
right.
Drinks on you.
She
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, I like that. I like that idea." I'm like, "Yeah, you better let them know ahead of time because ain't no, oh, I'm gonna cash app you later. No, you're paying for the bill now because
Mhm.
I'm. You touched your phone. You wasted everyone's time when we could have been on our phone, but you messed it up for everyone."
And you
So
know
she's
what's crazy
like,
is that that's a beautiful test too, because you let's see how like let's see everybody does that, right? Let's see how many people actually cancel, not show up, because that goes to show you that they can't disconnect from their phone. Because some of the
"Oh, they
there
don't
has to
even
be
care about you."
there's one in that group that must be like, ill, these rules, nobody can tell me what I have to do. But it has that's the thing, it has something to do with somebody trying to impose rule on you. It has to do is we want you present. We're
And
trying to
be
get you
vulnerable.
yes, we
Yeah,
want you present. So anybody who resists that just lets you know how deep they are into their addiction of being on their phone.
I would feel like disrespected if you didn't even
That's
care.
not, yeah.
Like, I mean, you are fine with just being on your phone for however many long, and we are having an intimate conversation for 2 hours, and you can't put your phone down for 2 hours
For
of
real.
us engaging in conversation uninterrupted. You know, I would feel
And you
disrespected,
call me your friend? Yeah, no, that makes no sense.
and
I might as well text you everything I'm saying on the thing because that's the only way you respond. For real.
girl, you're not even gonna get all that energy out of me. I'ma just we not compatible no more. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna say that no more because I don't even owe anyone an explanation. If I've
Mhm.
already had a sit down talk with you on what I want out of a friendship or what a friendship means to me, I mean you should be honored because I don't let any and everybody in my circle, and let alone me giving you the title friend. Like I
Yeah.
don't call any and everybody friend.
But
Crazy.
that's the thing. It's just there's no there's no true friendships being made anymore. Everything's a negotiation and a networking to see what beneficial thing that friend can bring. Right? Because and the
Yeah.
reason I say that is that especially with the younger generation, I never see them with the same person twice. It's
Oh,
always a
someone
different
said that to
yeah,
me.
you
They're
never
like,
see them
I'm
with the
surprised. She back again? And I'm like, excuse me? What do you mean she
yeah,
back again? This is
yeah,
my friend. Like, what do you mean?
yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys were just, I'm just like, no, then that's a professional friendship.
Yep.
I've definitely categorized. Professional friendship is someone that I work with. The baseline of our friendship is business,
Mhm.
but you have a little bit more of a humanistic side of me, a little bit more than a business atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely.
But if I have that word professional, yeah, that means yeah, no, the baseline is always going to be business. Like this is more of a transactional than a personal type of transaction.
And this is why it's misconstrued because nowadays when you meet a stranger, hey, what's your IG? Now you're friends on IG.
Oh
It
no,
takes
I
away
told him
the
you good.
definition of what a friend is. It takes away from the definition of what a true friend is. A friend is not a person you put on your social platforms for a like. Can you call this friend at 2 o'clock in the morning and tell
No,
him stuff? No, this is not
I
your
need
friend.
you to help me move. How about you do
Exactly.
that?
Exactly. Let's see how many IGers come to your rescue when you ask them to move. So that's
Oh
what it is.
gosh.
These are the young bucks, their friends or whoever are on their social media platforms. Anybody that's on my Facebook, I grew up with you. I went to high school with you. I did something with you that categorizes you as a friend. Other than that, I don't just accept anybody. And if I do, then if by random chance that I do, I guarantee you I probably never speak to you on the thing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't allow anybody in. I don't like people in the little bit of business I put out there. I don't like you in my business if I don't really know you. I
I
really,
ran
really
into
don't.
somebody on the train. They're like, Miss Reed? And I'm like, who the hell is this? I turn
Mhm.
around, they're like, you don't remember me from high school? And I'm like, who? You know, our fathers know each other. I'm like, oh, and I'm just like,
That's my
okay.
daddy. That's not me. That's my
And they're
daddy.
like, how about we keep up? And I'm like, no, no thanks. I like how things are now. Like,
Yeah, like
I don't know you. Like, I'm a totally, you know how many years ago that I graduated high school? I'm not even the same person. I don't even look the same. I had hair. Like, I'm a total different person. Like, no, I don't know you.
yeah,
This
and
was
that's
a,
crazy that people would assume that they are who you were in high school. If I'm still stuck, then there's something wrong. You shouldn't want to be around me if I'm still stuck being the same person I was in high school. Like, and it's just like that doesn't, and that also shouldn't establish a friendship because our parents made a decision of where to live and we ended up in the same high school. That don't mean we're compatible in anything. Because if we weren't friends like that in high school, why would you think we would be any different as adults? I don't know. Some people are
we
just,
weren't even friends. We was just like in the same circle. So I wouldn't
yeah,
even
yeah,
call it
yeah.
friends. It was just like acquaintances. Like we're familiar with each other, but like that doesn't give you the right, like, hey, we could pick things back up. Like, yeah, no, that's not how this works. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I don't just go out just to be going out. Like, I'm busy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, and they were like very shocked. I'm just like, no, you can't have my number. We're
That's how, yeah, but that's what technology's made them think that it's, if you could become my friend, we're friends. That's it. We're friends. We don't
no.
have to talk, but we're friends. It makes no sense. A friend that you
Yeah.
don't speak to, that makes no sense.
Yeah, no. I politely said no, no thanks. I like how things are now.
Which is
I
why I don't
don't
even.
yeah, I don't know you, you don't know me, and I'm not having you take up space. Have a nice day and take care.
And
And I walk.
you called my full name like if you've been watching me or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's really, really strange. Like,
That's why I turned around like,
you said
who
my
the
whole
hell is this?
government, like you FBI or something. Like,
Who the hell is this? But
my
yeah,
daddy knows your daddy. Like, what do you have pictures of? Like, not
what's
to
I
insult
don't
this
do
person,
anything.
but it's just like the world we live in today. That's how these weird things happen. Like, next thing you know, there's a Miss Reed shrine down there in the basement, and she thinks y'all are best friends because your daddies know each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, yeah, it's weird. That's a little.
I'll
Want
be
me to
trying to
shit
go
on her? She's a
I'll be trying
fantastic
to go
person.
incognito. I'll be
Yeah.
having like a scully on. I'll
Yep.
be looking kind of crazy, and some of the train conductors will be like, we see you. Like, who are you hiding from?" And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
like, child, I don't feel like being bothered. Like they're like, some days you just be like glammed up, and today you're just like covered up. And I'm just like, I don't
yeah.
want to see anybody. Like I'm back in New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey. I don't know. Yeah, I just be running into people, and they just like feel like you could just walk into some of my life like it's just okay. And
Mhm,
no, like we
mhm.
weren't even friends in the first place. And if we were, like, you haven't talked to me in over a decade. What makes you think like we know each other?
Yep.
Or what
Exactly.
makes you think I'm still into the same thing I was before? Like,
In high
no.
school. Like in high school. Exactly. But like I said, it's technology. It's giving people too much comfort in thinking they can overstep their boundaries by assimilating themselves in your life. Even
Mhm.
being my Facebook friend, it still doesn't give you the right to ask certain questions, move a certain way. Like it don't make no difference. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, people get way too comfortable and assume they know you, number one, when we know half the stuff people put out on the internet is fake. They assume
Girl,
they
it's a
know you.
billboard.
It literally is. And it's the fakest billboard I've ever seen. The shit
Yeah.
on some platforms are just so like outrageous and so unnecessary too. Like really so unnecessary. Like once again, going back to these millions of families that are around there, like I don't know. I just feel like being from the teachers, it's more of a teacher standpoint. It's not me hating. It's more of a teacher standpoint where I'm seeing the damage that's being done. It
Hmm.
doesn't look like damage because it's packaged in this beautiful vacation and this beautiful home and this beautiful thing. But as in terms of the educational aspect of the development aspect, you're not setting them up for this future. These rainbows ain't gonna last forever. These children need to have the yin and the yang, the equal balance of when it rains, it pours, and after the rain comes that rainbow. They need to have that both even keel. And right now, a lot of these online families are not setting their kids up for that. Like for instance, my kids, like some of the kids I care for, of course, they follow all these families and they watch, you know how the kids watch the kids. Like it
Yeah,
makes no sense. These kids
I
don't go
don't
outside and play
understand
anymore. The
that at
kids watch the
all.
kids. And it's just like I'll have to tell some of my kids, when this camera goes off, it's not all these peaches and creams that you've been seeing in this video.
No.
You know, a lot of them, and I'll even make a joke. I say, look how messy your room is and look how clean their room is. But then again, keep in mind, a majority of the time they have a maid or a housekeeper. It's not necessarily even the kids cleaning their own, you know, things like that. But I want the kids I care for when they're watching these things. I'm the Debbie Downer. I come in, I'm like, they're fake. They don't live this, you know, I'm the Debbie Downer because they need to be woke in that sense because they're so mesmerized. I have kids that watch certain shows and they idolize these kids. And it's like, this kid's not doing anything special. They're literally playing with the same toys you got right here. And they're not even outside. Like they bragged about in one episode, they got a brand new bike. Have you seen them ride it yet? Have they been outside to ride this brand new bike they got? You know, and then other times I'm like, get off that phone and go outside because I can't. Just get out, go outside, breathe, get that fresh air.
I know on my YouTube, my personal one, someone asked me to make a video of what I eat in a week. And I'm just like, no, like, what y'all want to watch? Y'all want to watch me eat what I just think that's weird. Like,
it is weird.
No, I want to watch you. Yeah, like, for what? Like, no, for what? What is that going to do for the person that's like trying to get to know me? Like, it's already out there. Like, what is the mystery behind, or what is the intimacy when I actually meet a really good friend and all this information out there, or my husband or something like that? Like, all the information out there. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel like the world needs to know every little thing.
Let me tell you a perfect example. Exactly, it hit the nail on the head. I was in Tubidy, whatever, and I stumbled upon this movie that ended up being really interesting. This one man, it was like one of those French movies. He had the power to see the future in relationships only, right? So he would kiss these females and right away know that the relationship wouldn't go anywhere. So mind you, he's meeting these females for the first time. They're sprung. He gets with them. They're thinking he's a catch. He breaks up with them immediately because he sees the future that it doesn't go anywhere. It turns out not by accident. He got drunk one day. He ended up kissing his best friend's girlfriend, saw his future, 2 kids, married, living their best life. He's like, oh shit, here she is, but it's my best friend's girl, right? Long story short, somehow he breaks them up in a way, they get together. Now, this is where he hit the nail on the head of what you just said. Because he already knew what was going to happen, he kind of pre-programmed everything in his mind. Meaning when they were supposed to do certain events, like for instance, she planned his birthday party. Since he already had seen that, he came home, he wasn't surprised. He sensed that, right? Another thing was she wanted to go on vacation to, I forgot where, right? He already saw what their vacation was going to be like. So she was like, dang, bro, like you don't let it happen. You don't let the excitement happen. You spoil it by knowing it. Long story short, he sat there. He went on he was in between with the new girl, his future wife. He ended up getting with another. When he kissed her, he saw nothing. He said, okay, if I saw nothing with you, it means that's it. The magic I have is gone because I'm meant to be with the other one. The moral of that movie was, you're not supposed to pre-plan. You're not supposed to see these things. Like you just said, how is there going to be intimacy if you already know what to expect, right? So what it was is that he ended up choosing a girl he saw nothing with so he could actually build something. You can't build on top of something that was already built and pre-programmed. He had to build something from scratch with this girl he saw nothing with in the movie. You know, it was so great to see. And it was just like, and it was so hard because it was like, dang, he has to give up the person that he knew. They had these beautiful twins in the future. Everything was good, but he couldn't get it out of his mind that it was already pre-planned for him. So he didn't enjoy the events that took place because he already knew they were going to happen. And then the woman would sense that because there was no joy coming from his end, right? Until he met the girl where he experienced nothing. So like you just said, it's like, what are we going to get? How am I going to get intimate with this person if they already know what my favorite food is? If they already know, you know, what my diet is and what I do every day? How are we going to make these experiences and these adventures if he's just already going to know ahead of time what to expect? Right? So like you just said, why are you going to follow me and what I eat? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that going to do for you? How are you going to get to know the real me if you already know what I like? Like, I just feel like
Yeah.
you're just kind of pre-programming that so it satisfies me. But what also satisfies me is the unknown, right? The experiences and the things that we build together, so that, yeah, that movie was really, really good in that sense, where it kind of taught that lesson. And at the end, the girl ended up getting back with her ex because, it just worked out that way. But yeah, it definitely hit the nail on the head. Don't get me wrong. They probably wanted to follow what you ate because they just weight wise, maybe they wanted to get to your figure. But once again, that's still not cool because you don't know. We all have different ways of eating. We all have different forms of digestion. Just because you see me eat this doesn't mean it'll work for you. And people need to stop relying on other people to tell them how to live their life in a sense. Like, really?
Oh
What are they about to
God.
do? What are they
Yes.
about to do? Literally follow your food regimen down to a T, and then what? What's
Yeah,
next?
because
When
my
does it
main
stop?
yeah, that's why I was just like, I'm not doing this. The main video where it went like it was unexpectedly high was when I showed what products I use to keep like my skin even for my bald head. Like the
Yeah,
bald
yeah.
head skincare. So I have like over 1,000 comments under that video and they just asked me like, okay, but this is not working, so what should I do? And I'm just like, I'm not a dermatologist. I say this in the
Yeah,
video.
really.
I say this in a video like multiple times. I tell you guys that I go to a derm. I used to go because she already resolved my issue, but I spent money on
Mhm.
seeing a dermatologist, specifically a black woman who specializes in hyperpigmentation, and I knew that I needed to spend this type of money for a certain period of time because I can't hide. I have no hair. I knew I did not want to have hair for a long time. This is not just because I have a health issue, because a lot of the women that come to that video, they watch it and say they have alopecia or they had to shave their hair because it's damaged. I do not have those issues, so they feel like I'm like the bald head ambassador, and I'm just like, no, I'm just a woman who do not like societal norms. I cut my hair off. I know I cannot hide. I need my face to be clear. So I invested
Mhm.
in a dermatologist. So yeah, people will like leave comments and just ask questions. And I'm just like, I don't know. This is the ingredient, the active ingredient that the dermatologist told me that my face is compatible with. And since I saw the difference from before I dealt with her and after, I stuck with those ingredients.
Mhm.
And what will work for my face is not gonna work for your face because you probably have a combination face while I have very oily face. I've also gone, yeah, like it's just a whole bunch of underlying stuff, and I'll like text it, and people would just be like, still asking questions, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah, look, I don't know. I'm not a skincare expert. I'm not a facial, like, I'm not none of that. These are the ingredients that work best for me based off of my consultations and my appointments, my chemical pills with a dermatologist. You need to go seek out. If you guys want me to make a video on what questions to ask, I'll do that. But nobody inquired about that. But everybody just
Yeah.
feels like, oh, your face looks like this. And I'm just like, no, this is years of the at-home care. It's not just about the appointments. You also need to have like the products in your home. You
Mhm.
you can't just skip it. Like I didn't just say, okay, I'm gonna try these at home and just try to save money. Like, no, you sometimes need to invest in your money if you want the better results. The free is just to get you started, to get your feet wet. You need to live life and scar up. Like YouTube is just a easy scapegoat for people, but yeah, it's just crazy. I was just like, girl, I'm not doing this.